Satsang-77. Evict me from the house. 11th October, 1935. Evening Satsang. That which gives light to all of the sense organs, that which gives life to them, that which enjoys the senses conveyed by them, and to whom all the sense organs and their objects are subservient, is the Self. Although Atman receives the impressions from the sense organs, it remains aloof from them. Smell is the object of the nose, but the nose is not controlled by the smell. Smell is controlled by the nose. In a similar way, the Self is the controller of all the sense organs. Objects have no value, while the Self has real value and is the owner. The Self is superior to all objects, superior to all experiences that take place. That superiority is indicated by the word owner. To say that all things are of lesser value than the owner means that all the material and all the property involved in that which is experienced is owned by Atman, which is the enjoyer of all the property and who has the power over all the objects of the senses. All the material is in the Self. Atman does not become knowable to the senses, but is the director of the senses and superior to them. The objects and the sense organs cannot know the Self. Objects are the things to be experienced. The experiencer is the enjoyer of these. Atman knows the objects. The objects do not know it. How can the mind reach where the intellect cannot reach? How can any of the sense organs know the Self? The four speeches do not know Atman. The vital breath or life energy, the pranas, do not know. When the sense organs cannot know the Self, how can organs of action such as hand and feet know? The magnifying glass does not contain the sun in it, but when the sun's rays pass through the glass, a very hot spot is created that can burn any article that is there on the other side. The waves do not contain the whole ocean. The ocean contains the waves. In a similar way, it is not possible to know Brahman with the help of the senses. The sense organs do not know Brahman. It is Brahman that experiences the senses. It never happens that a banana tree will be created from a banana fruit, or that salt will produce an ocean, as these things are not possible. The sense organs cannot know Brahman. If the sense organs cannot know Brahman, it is natural to think that ignorant, simple-minded people will not know Brahman. But this is not so. If you think so, I have something more to tell you. In order to reach the so-called simple-minded about spiritual knowledge, the sacred word, Om, has come forward. This word indicates Brahman and then disappears. Otherwise, people will not know Brahman. The word is heard, and the action of hearing is done by the ears. The word which is heard by the ears reaches inside, where the living Om is vibrant. That living word, Om, is knowing, the art of recognizing, of awareness. Knowledge is the action of knowing. It is its natural quality. The senses have perception about any outer thing, and this art of knowing is the inherent quality of consciousness. The explanation of Brahman is the description of the self, which is the knowledge of our own self, our true nature, and the function of consciousness in life. The sense organs do not know it. That capacity to know uses the sense organs to know outer things. Its main quality is to know. That is why it is called Brahman with attributes, or Saguna Brahman. When that knowing quality is not there, it is naturally Brahman without attributes, or Nirguna Brahman. No special action is required for that. Thus, the saints and sages are teaching us that the self cannot be understood by the sense organs. The self, Atman, is God who knows the sense organs and controls them, and provides the power that gives them the ability to perceive the sense objects. The saint or sage is therefore called the one who has conquered the sense organs. A man sees another man sitting nearby. He does not know that man by name, but he correctly points to that man with his finger. When that man is pointed out by the word that, the word vanishes because its function is over. In a similar way, the word tells us that this and this and this is not Brahman. Brahman is beyond any appearance or object that has a name. This is just like a man who wanted to tell about a wristwatch but could not remember its name. So he said, "That round thing that is tied to the wrist." So by describing it, by using some skillful means of explanation, the word then vanishes. That is why the masters have made a statement that if you understand one word, you will become God. By the Guru's advice, in a certain few words, we can come to understand God. It logically follows that words make the meeting with God possible. The word is itself very great. It is by word that we know the past and the present, It is by the word that Rama and Krishna and other great masters are known to us. It is in certain words that Lord Krishna taught his disciple Arjuna. The life as a human being is worth its name because we understand the word. By the word, human birth has become great. Words make God. You become one with God. Knowledge of the Vedas is conveyed by words. We can have a dialogue with Shuka and Vyasa. The author of a book actually talks with us. Talk is possible by words. The books contain only written words. We can say that the word has undertaken the job of imparting knowledge. The word discards as illusion many things, and lastly makes itself useless and mute. The me and the word both disappear. Here me means ego or pride. The word reaches that place from where it arose, and then it is mute. It is the word that has taken an oath to teach us reality, Brahman. The Vedas keep only one reserved word and discard everything else. They say that Brahman is not whatever you say about it. Neti, not this. What remains is Brahman. So saying, the Vedas have also become silent. The scientists of metaphysics say that Brahman is that which cannot be directly described. One who understands the premise by skillful inquiry is the son of the Guru. He is the son of the Master. And when you disappear, that which remains is Brahman. Like a cobra that sits on a heap of gold coins, so is the I sitting on Brahman. And only when the cobra is killed can you take the money. In a similar way, as soon as you kill the me, Brahman is there. The man who knows that which cannot be described by words is himself Brahman. That which remains after discarding everything is ever present. When Bhasmasura, the demon of ego, put his hand on his own head, he was turned to ashes. What then remained was only one, who is Shiva. That which was not died. The house was not occupied by any tenant, and a notice was affixed to the door to vacate the place within 3 days. There was actually no one occupying the house. The house was vacant. In a similar way, it is stupidity in the case of this I. When the existence of the me is denied by the word, what remains is Brahman. In words, the deities like to be hidden. We give them godhood by our word. All of creation is the business of words. The whole world is created by word. The word, the sound, the vibration is the quality of the sky or space, the ether. And the world is annihilated by the word. Atman, by whom speech cannot compel to speak, makes the speech speak out. The self, by whose power the eyes see, but whom the eyes cannot see, and who knows all, but who cannot be known by all, has left no second to know. That which is self-knowing has no other to know. There exists nobody except Atman. There is the smell and the act of smelling, but by removing the middle factor, the smeller or I, what remains is Param Atman, the Supreme Self. If the three factors of the observer, the observed, and the action of observation are formed, the self cannot be understood. If one is naturally silent, it is Atman. Without that, everything else is futile. The organs of action and the organs of senses are all functioning, but without the self, they are dead. That, without whom they are dead, is God. Do not know or perceive any other thing. Leave aside your knowing it. Then, what is? Only the self is. One who exists without recognizing anything objective or other is Atman in its own majesty and glory. The self does everything, and no doubt exists when the me vacates the place. When the individual, the jiva, dies, one remains as Shiva only. In Marathi, Aji means one who is today, and Maaji means who is and has been from the past, one who is self-existing. If you insist to call the jiva as only jiva, it is your own wish. However, one thing is sure, it is because you exist that you can experience anything that you are doing. Experience is possible because of consciousness. Therefore, you really means consciousness, and consciousness is knowledge. That means that you are in essence knowledge, and knowledge is called Brahman, and you are that. You are Brahman.